Hi there, a very good morning and good afternoon to all of you, depending on wherever you're watching me. This Simply Stocks, and I'm live with this another live session with you all on this Thursday afternoon. And I suppose that since I have not given any notification, so probably not a lot of people would join in into this session, but hopefully those who will watch later on, it would be beneficial for those as well, because today I'm going to talk about a couple of stocks which I feel in this festive season over the next 4 or 5 months is going to do well and can give you one can give you around 25-30%, the other can give you between 15 to 20%, around 15%. So we'll discuss about those two companies. One is a large cap, the other one is a mid cap company, and I'll discuss about the markets, plus some talk about the sports, and we'll answer your queries as well. So we'll get this session going in earnest in about 3 4 minutes time. Hopefully you all are doing well and are doing in pretty well in the trading, and you can say positional trades, because mid cap index has been doing well. Many stocks in the banking sector and NBFCs and other sectors are doing well. So over the last few days, markets have rebounded. So as I mentioned in the last live session as well, the markets may rebound even if there is a lot of complication, or there are a lot of complications abroad and in the US markets and in Europe. But Indian market has remained resolute, and after going to 16,700, it looked extremely attractive, and that's why the market has rebounded from those levels. FIIs have come back and bought into the market. Yes, they were selling for few days, but now heavy buying is coming in from both foreign and domestic institutional investors. So it looks like that the market would stabilize around 17,000, 16,800. Can't see it go below 16,200, 300 in any case, in the worst of the situations. So we'll discuss about all these in details in a while. On the lighter note, on the sports front, we have had a smashing with Manchester City, 6 goals. But yes, Manchester United did come back to score three. So that was the saving grace, that we lost by only 3 goals. It was 6-3. Quite an interesting match that was. We have seen India winning the T20 International Series, but against South Africa. But there are a lot of issues that are still there and persisting with the bowling, and now with Arshdeep looking like he is having or aggravated a back injury that he sustained in the West Indies. We don't know the details. It might be just a niggle, so we'll see how things pan out. But it doesn't seem like that India could be considered as the firm favorites for the tournament. But I hope they end up winning somehow, because the way India have played after the 2007 T20 World Cup win has not been that you can say encouraging for we as supporters, we as fans. They have not won any event after that. In fact, they have, in my, I think in my understanding, they have not reached the final of any of the T20 World Cup. So probably it is a time they perform. The batting is extremely strong, so hopefully batting should get us through in most of the matches, and then we can get through to the semi-final. What I believe is that the match against Pakistan will be very crucial on the 23rd, because South Africa looks like firm favorites from the group to go through. I think South Africa is one of the firm favorites for this World Cup, with the way their batting and bowling is panning out, and the way they have the players in the middle order and the top order with Quinton de Kock. We have in the middle order like David Miller, etc., playing out Rainer Rosso, etc. So things look good for South Africa. So if South Africa top the group, then it's either India or Pakistan who will go through along with South Africa to the next round. So the match between India and Pakistan will be extremely crucial. It is extremely crucial for India to win the match, and hopefully, inshallah, they should do that. The team is much better than what Pakistan is doing at the moment. The middle order is completely hollow for Pakistan, and apart from one or two bowlers the bowling is not that great, and we have seen that against England how that panned out, and how England plummeted to 200 runs on most of the matches. So it's going to be interesting. I think India is favorites going into this match, and hopefully they should win this. And if they beat Pakistan, I think it will be easier for them to qualify at least to the semifinals, and then we'll see it from there. So that's about the Cricket World Cup. Interestingly, what happened today in the Women's Asia Cup T20 is that just about few minutes back, Thailand have beaten Pakistan. That has been a huge result. Thailand being 27th in the world, and Pakistan with being seventh, I think, in the world. Pakistan have been beaten by Thailand in the Women's Asia Cup, and that is tremendous for Thailand, for sports as a whole. So a big win for Thailand. Now it's a, you can say, one of tussle between Thailand, UAE, and Bangladesh for that fourth position. It will be interesting to see how that pans out. Vishy, yes, Rizwan and Babar hold the key there, but I feel even if Rizwan and Babar, in fact, if Rizwan and Babar play out 14, 15 overs, it would be better for India, because eventually what will happen is they don't play at a tempo which helps Pakistan make 200 consistently. Yes, they ended up chasing 200 in Pakistan in one of the matches. It won't be that easy in Australia. Uh, so basically, their win or loss thing depends on their bowling and fielding, and if they take their catches, especially, they can get through. But I have doubt under pressure whether their fielding will stick through. So what India needs to do, even if they bat first or bat second, they have to go big in the first 7 8 overs. I mean, this is a riskier thing to do, but then we have a player like Virat Kohli to, uh, you can say, guide the innings together, and then the other players can play around him and score big with fewer balls. So Surya Kumar Yadav needs to play another of his big innings. He's in top form, and Dinesh Karthik, right at the end, should play well. So these are the couple of players to look out for from India's point of view. I think Indian bowling is weak, but Pakistan batting is not that strong to take a lot of advantage of it. So that gets neutralized. So it's going to be very interesting. If India bats first, India require 200 plus, at least 180 plus. If India bats second, I think they'll be chasing 160 plus against a very good bowling attack, a decent bowling attack, I would say, compared to India. They need to go big in on both occasions in the first 6 overs. That could be extremely crucial in Australia. So it's going to be interesting to see, but we need to win this match in order to move on. It's like a knockout. I'm telling you, it's like a knockout, because South Africa will be extremely hard to beat. It doesn't look like that South Africa will get beaten. It can happen in a T20 tournament, but it would be very interesting seeing the group matches. I think South Africa could go unbeaten. All right, now enough of sports and other bets. People do get irritated by it. I understand, but just on lighter note, I start with this so that things get going. So coming back to the markets, in terms of the market has done exceedingly well compared to the global indices. 16,800 has held on, and I believe that now we are set for a big move in this festive season, and in all of your consumer related stocks, all of your lighting consumer type of stocks, they will end up performing pretty well. They should perform pretty well if we consider as to how things should pan out. So, if somebody is invested into India centric stories, which are consumer related, consumer driven, they should be doing well over the next 6 months. I believe anything related to consumerism, be it tiles, be it plywood, be it paints, be it consumer durables, white goods, lighting, electronics, whatever companies you have, jewelry, etc., many other things, wedding plays, you pick those and stick by them for the next 4 to 6 months, you will make a decent amount of money in them. Yes, Polycab is a very good pick, but Polycab is not one of the two. I think So I'll come to those two companies which I want to talk to you about. But I believe that companies which are cash rich, which are doing business in cash and which are consumer related, they should end up doing well in the next 2 quarters, and then IT will play its part from January, February onwards. So that's the call. KPIT, somebody asked, so I just mention in one line is that KPIT is headed towards 780, 800, but over a 6 months period, over next 1 2 months, it might still just consolidate. So coming back to my point, so the market will be driven by these consumer related stocks. You look at an Asian Paints, which is down from the top around 10%. It should start moving. Pidilite should start moving. Other kinds of consumer related stocks should start moving as we go towards Diwali and then into you can say New Year, Christmas, etc. These companies should perform. So taking that theme forward, I have a couple of stocks for you which you can buy probably at these levels, keep a definite stop loss, and yet end up making 15% in one and 25 to 30% in the other. The larger of these two companies that I have picked is Titan. Yes, people might say that Titan has run up, Titan goes slow, Titan doesn't move a lot, and all that. But I think with this wedding season around and with the stock not being at high, I'm surprised that the stock is not at the highs. Be it a valuation of around 80 times already, but still, I feel that from this 2600 level, if somebody can keep a stop loss at 2520 or so, yes, uh, I think we could be in a situation with a stop loss of 2520. You should be looking at a situation where the stock could be closer to 2820 to 2850. So a good amount of 10% at least, 2860 over the next 2 months, yeah, 2 3 months possible. But I feel this is headed towards 3000 over the next 4 to 6 months. I think 3000 is a possibility on Titan, with a stop loss of 2500. So keep a 100 rupee stop loss and a 400 rupee upside on Titan is very much possible. You will start hearing about the commentary from the management, etc., from November onwards, and by that time the stock would have run up. So these are decent levels to get in. Keep a stop loss of 2500, target 3000. The second stock in this list that I feel could end up doing well and has been dilly-dallying and not quite performing as per expectation is Dixon Technology. I believe Dixon Technology around 4400 is a very good buy, keeping a stop loss of 4200, which is a 200 rupees stop loss, and a target of 5300 over the next 5 to 6 months. I think once it takes out 46 4700, it should move very swiftly towards 5300. I think that target should come in before March, probably by January, February. The move should come into Dixon Tech. So 4200 is your stop loss and a target of 5300 on Dixon Tech. Titan with a stop loss 2500, headed towards 3000 if you're patient enough. And these two are safe trades. Now, why I have not picked DMart, etc., is because of the astronomical valuations. Now, even Titan and Dixon has very high valuations, but when you look at a DMart growing at 30%, trading at 120, 130 times, that's astronomical valuation. If it was trading at 80, 90 times, I would have picked that. That is not to say that it will come down. I'm not saying that the valuations will come down. Valuations will remain the same. Hope probably DMart will also give you 20 30%. There are other companies, Polycab, Astral, etc. But these two companies, Titan and Dixon, looks good as it is. They have come down from the top, and the valuations are still relatively reasonable, although they are expensive, but relatively reasonable. So, in my opinion, I believe that 3000 on Titan and 5300 on Dixon is very much possible by the time New Year kicks in. So be patient, stay invested in them, and let's see how much you can say return you can make in them. We don't know exactly as to how the stocks will pan out, but it looks like that they should perform from here on in. So I'm ready to answer your queries. Can you use the super chat and super sticker feature that will help me grow the channel? That will help you also ask me questions and eke out answers in greater detail. Okay, so KPIT I have just discussed on the short term basis as to what needs to be done. Sheetal, a very good afternoon to you. Nureka Sagar is a decent stock. It's not a bad stock, but see what happened was its valuations picked up during, you can say, the pandemic because of the kind of sales it did, and now it is just dwindling down. So Nureka is a kind of a kill pest kind of a stock, or a stock in which you have to be patiently invested and then you'll be able to make money. It's not a 1 year, 2 year play. You have to have a 4 5 year time horizon for a multi-bagger returns from that stock. It is a very decent company, but the returns could come in very quickly, but we don't know. It could come in the next 2 years, it could take 5 years. So that's how Nureka is at the moment. So somebody asked that Jeffries has given a target of 15,500 on Nifty. I don't see that coming because I believe that that the Indian markets and the Nifty will have earnings closer to 970 rupees by FY24. And if that is the case, then we are headed much higher from where we are. I think 16,200, 300 is the bottom. I don't see 16,200 being broken unless something extremely negative happens in India. Now, I don't know what, but anything. Unless that happens, if we have the same kind of economic scenario as we are and macros as we are in today, I don't see the market going below 16,800, around that. And once a new high is taken out, we'll see a ferocious rally. So unfortunately, that is what exactly happens, is that when new highs are breached, then people come in big time and they invest big time, and the market go even higher, and then people come in even more. So that's how the name of the game is. So basically, as we investors, I've been carrying out this channel for the last 4 years, and I've been saying this, that stay invested. That's it. Whether you're making or you making money, making losses, whether you have bought a dud, whether you have bought a champion or not, just stay invested. Keep changing your horses, but stay on the race course, stay on the track, stay in the market, and you will end up making money. The market always gives you opportunities to make money. The market always goes down and goes through phases that we have seen in the last 1 year, that the market as a overhaul Nifty is still down. So from 18,600, the highs that we made in 2021, we are still below that, but many stocks have performed and many things have happened. So that's how things are overall. So Buchi Babu, thanks for your contribution and being a member on YouTube. Expro India, see, it's a very decent stock, but I would say better look at mid cap companies greater than 25,000 crores, which are consumer oriented. I think in the next 2 years, they are going to earn a lot. Not even this Diwali, but till next Diwali and beyond that. I think by FY24, all these consumer oriented companies, be it related to fashion, online, be it related to shoes, apparels, anything, electronics, paints, you name it, or you can say housing plays like Polycab, etc., Astral, and so on and so forth. They all make you a lot of money over the next 2 years. Uh, so I think Kankar Tata has asked, is VBL good for the long term? Should we add at current levels? I think better to buy VBL around 1100. It went to 1105 recently. A disclaimer, I have the stock in my trading portfolio. I think buy it around 1100. That would be a safer thing to do. I think 1400 is a possibility in the next 6 months on VBL. Okay. Uh, Tube investment going daily can't catch up. Any views? See, tube investment, you need to buy here. So what has happened is that the earnings for these kind of companies like Tube Investment, which is diversifying into a lot of businesses, even electronics, are going to be pretty good in FY24. So people are pricing that in, and that's why they are buying. If you get an opportunity to buy around 2600 get-ins, you can buy some here and invest for 18 to 24 months, not for short term. Okay. What else? So I don't know about Ganesha Ecosphere, so I won't be able to comment on that, Kumar Priya. Prince Pipe, I would prefer Astral. Now it has corrected from the top. I would prefer Astral than Prince Pipe. I've looked at the numbers. Numbers are not that great, so I would avoid at the moment. Okay. So Frontier Springs, there is Sheetala issue with their management's salary. I had the stock about 2 years back, but eventually went out and sold it because of that reason. That the probably management salary is pretty huge compared to the revenue that they make. But I don't know what the situation currently is. They are getting orders, and there is a rally in railway related stocks which may continue till the railway budget. So yes, it can perform, but it's a risky play since it's a micro cap. So be careful because of that. Electra Green has run up, so I won't say that now it can be a multi-bagger or something, but yes, it can give you consistent 20-25% CAGR returns over 5 years. It's a 5 year investment rather than something that you can probably buy and coming at very good value. It's not, it has run up already. Uh, so what has happened to my hand is that it got injured. I don't know why, how you were able to see that, but I got injured climbing through stairs. So there's an injury there. Hopefully, would be fine in a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks or so. Thanks for asking. Uh, Okay, Sheetal, so they have not increased the salary, so it might be better now to get into. See, there are no other issues with the company. If the salary issue is not bothering you, then you can go ahead and buy the stock. But it has run up. Probably if you can get it around 350, 340, 350 around those region, it would be better. Wait for consolidations to get into. So Tata Elxsi, I think, is very good at very good levels. In fact, Tata Elxsi could have been one of my picks, but I would have given that on a little bit of more corrections. Around 8,000, it's a very good pick, and I have a uh, I think there are, you can say, brokerage reports that the stock will go to 4,000, 4,500, all that thing. But I think 8,000 should hold. I think if you get it around 8,000, it's better to buy. If you get it around 6,000, buy just big, sell everything and buy big if that happens. So Tata Elxsi is a buy at these levels. Okay. So Kankar Tata, thanks for your concern. Thank you. I will take care and thank you for that. See, Endurance Tech is looking weak. I understand because of their exposure in Europe. But if you have a 3 year time frame, I think situation in Europe will also get better. So if you are invested, stay invested. If you want to buy and have a 3 year time frame, yes, you can definitely go ahead and buy. Danish Nika looks extremely good at these levels, 1280, 1290. You can buy some here and buy more around 1240, 1250. I think 20-25% in Nika is also possible. In fact, again, the third stock I would have picked would have been Nika. There are so many stocks uh, during this festive season which are mid cap in nature, which could perform extremely well, and they are about to means perform. Nika is one of them. I think you will see the big move happening in second half of November till January. So in that probably 45-day period, you will have these companies perform extremely well. So that's the call on something like Nika. Uh, Sukumar, disclosure of the portfolio. Actually, portfolio is for the members. By mistake, it got published at that point of time there. If you really want how I change my portfolio and what I bring in and bring out of it and why I do that and all explanations, you can be a member on YouTube or Patreon or WhatsApp, and you can have an understanding of the portfolio in detail once you are a member. So that's the call. So GNXL, I would prefer something like an endurance tech at these levels, Jamna Auto at these levels. GNXL is also good, but since their most of their orders are from US class 4 truck orders, etc., and that's what they make gears for, and axles and shafts. So I'd prefer other auto ancillary plays rather than that. Sundaram Fasteners also is very decent at these levels from a long term point of view. These are the companies to probably get into. So Gujarat Fluoro, in my opinion, is expensive based on the valuation, although it might not be trading at 30, 40 times, but normally these kind of companies do trade between 8 to 15 times. That's just about it. So in that sense, the stock has run up, but the company is pretty good. The way the company is making money, it looks pretty good. So that's okay. Okay, so Sukumar, you did email me for the membership. Probably you can email me again, and I'll check. I'm sorry, I won't be able to reply at that point of time because of some reason, but you can email me now, and probably I'll check after the session, and we can get in contact. Uh, See, Sigachi do look good. A disclaimer I have in my portfolio. I'm very surprised it has not moved because of the kind of earnings it is giving. It is trading at 15 times FY23 earnings, which is very interesting. 17 rupees earnings is what I'm expecting for FY23. So it's trading at very reasonable valuations, 15, 16 times. So yes, it can be bought. Acresil, I think Acresil might be having some issue in Europe. I don't know. It came out with very decent numbers earlier. So that's the thing. But wait for the results of September and then take a call on Acresil rather than buying at this point of time. So that's the call. Ether is good. Ether is also a decent, you can say, stock to get into, but it would be preferable to buy into big brands which could make money during this festive season if you're buying short term. If long term, then you can probably get into this as well. All right, guys. Thank you. Thanks a lot for being online. Please do like and subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so you get my video straight away when I post it. And kindly do subscribe to my Patreon network. Thanks a lot for watching.